Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between DIMAGA and Zhu Jilang, also known as wallfacer, on Prion Terraces. Yes, this is our weekly ZVZ, this is from Nation Wars, and I figured you guys want to see a little bit more of DIMAGA, so I chose this game. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player from Ukraine, representing Team Monolith. It is DIMAGA. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player from Finland, representing Team Menace.fi. It is wallfacer, also known as Zhu Jilang. Zhu Jilang Dai is a Finnish Zerg player. Again, it's kind of confusing because his name kind of sounds Korean or Chinese, but anyway, he is absolutely Finnish. He's a very good Zerg player. He was a member of Team Finland during Nation Wars 3, which is where this replay is from. So again, our ZVZ here on Prion Terraces. And again, we have seen a couple of ZVZs on this map. It looks like DIMAGA going for a pool first, whereas our blue Zerg player, wallfacer, is going for the blue hatchery first. I guess it wouldn't be a red hatchery, right? It'd totally be a blue hatchery. So DIMAGA has some early aggression on his Ukrainian mind. And let's see, 6 lings are going to be on the way. He's getting a queen. I imagine this is in a total all-in here from DIMAGA. But it's fairly standard stuff here in ZVZ for one player to go for a hatch first, one player to go for a pool first, and then go for the hatch. Just means one player could be a little bit more aggressive. However, the rush distance on this map is not exactly short. You cross spawns every single time. You know where your opponent is, which means your lings can get there very early. Indeed, you don't have to scout out with the drone or scout out with some lings to see where they are. So that's useful on this map. But here come the lings. The Overlord is in the perfect scouting position to see where they are and that they are coming. Wallfacer will be ready for this as soon as this pool finishes. There it goes. And how many lings of his own? The answer is 2. 2 lings of his own and a queen there. He might actually end up losing this hatch. He needs to decide now whether he wants to cancel it. Do you want to cancel? Wallfacer, the answer is no. No, he does not. The lings have decided we want to attack this or go somewhere else. They immediately go right after this, trying to kill that egg for a second, then going after the hatchery. I'm not sure if the queen's going to come out in time to save it. A couple lings, again, coming down the lane here for wallfacer. Wallfacer also getting a baneling nest to try to deal with these lings. So many lings are out, though, for DIMAGA. 17 drones to 8 lings here. And now it is currently 6 to 8. In favor of DIMAGA. That's enough to shoo off wallfacer. Again, it's just enough to get them off the hatchery for a couple seconds here. You might lose a ling or two, but the time allowing this hatchery to get a queen out, to get more and more lings out here, is going to be very, very useful. Indeed, the queen coming down to try to help. This queen pops on out, immediately doesn't inject. She's not sure how long she's actually going to live. And so that's it. Wallfacer held it off. Nicely done there. DIMAGA does not dare come up that ramp anymore. There are 2 queens. This hatchery is finished. There's not much he can do about that. He's going to send his lings on home. Wallfacer actually getting speed here too. So speed and a baneling nest for Wallfacer, planning on being aggressive back in the face of DIMAGA's aggression. A spine crawler coming up. DIMAGA, I think, knows these lings mean business. They're going to head up and try to kill him as soon as possible. Income tab shows 23 to 23 harvesters. Exact count for these guys. Ling with the scout does manage to get... Nope, explodes, but I think did see the spine crawler there. Saw the queen blocking the ramp, and the lings, are they going to be made into banelings? Wallfacer, you have a choice. Do you want to go for that? You did make a baneling nest. It's a bit of a waste. There we go. 2 banelings on the way here, waiting possibly for speed, but again, that's another, what, 40 seconds here, which is a long, long time in ZVZ. That allows DIMAGA extra time to get up defenses, to get more lings out, get banelings of his own possibly, although DIMAGA does not have a baneling nest, does not have a roach warren, is going 4 gas, nope, 3, nope, just 2 gas. 2 gas, I'm a giant liar. Lings for wallfacer, chasing on out once again. And were there baneling hits there? I guess there were. No, still 2 banelings, where are they? Oh, there they are, somehow they lived. Alright, so speedlings just about to be, and some banelings ready to go. The Overlord scouting this out, though. DIMAGA sees it. DIMAGA is going for the roach warren. Okay, so maybe a little bit later than I expected, but do not go up there, banelings. There are 3 queens blocking the ramp and a spine crawler. Look at this hole here from DIMAGA. So difficult indeed. The lings trying to break through this, but the queens are... Yeah, I was going to say, wallfacer doesn't really want to do this with banelings. Trying to kill one. Transfuse, saving one of the queens, but one does end up falling. The lings get inside the base. Speedlings here as well. Baneling getting stabbed down by the spine crawler. Nice micro by DIMAGA. The lings are trying to kill some workers here, but not really doing a great job of it. The workers are forced to fight for their own lives. And that's pretty much it. So 1 worker was killed by wallfacer, and in the end, I don't know if that was entirely worth it here. Resources lost 650 to 268. Wallfacer definitely losing that end of the battle here. Third hatch just about finishing though for wallfacer. Meanwhile, DIMAGA's is just about starting. That should help immensely. Having this gold base, having a lot of drones on this base, already up to 11, basically fully saturated on those minerals. Evolution chamber here and a lair about 50% complete for wallfacer. DIMAGA continuing to make roaches, getting glial reconstitution. I don't think there's a roach warren at all here for wallfacer, so might just be going for mutas, which can be good. Mutas against roaches can be a good strategy. It just depends on how many mutas you have versus how many roaches and how early they get to your base and start killing your stuff. So roaches again cannot shoot up, but if you have a whole ton of roaches here, wallfacer has his own roaches. Where is that roach warren? Oh, there it is. I've seen that before. I know about that. Okay, so wallfacer does have his own roach warren, not going for mutas, getting glial reconstitution. DIMAGA going for missile attacks level 1 at the same time that wallfacer is doing it. So 80 to 68 total supply. Wallfacer macroing up pretty hard right now. Is that army supply? Army supply 38 to 15. Wallfacer. So up in army, down in worker count, which usually makes sense in ZVZ. Kind of have to choose one or the other here. How many roaches does he have? He has 11 roaches to 3 roaches for DIMAGA. So if he wants to be aggressive here, he could probably get some stuff done. That overseer scouts it perfectly though. Sees the number of roaches out there. Immediately DIMAGA makes 9 of his own, saying, all right, going to be roach versus roach. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have enough roaches to make this work. Overseer being chased away by that queen. However, the queen off creep is not fast enough to keep up with the overseer, and so it is kind of a futile effort here. Overseer's cruising right along. Cruising right along. Lings for wallfacer running in here, just getting a scout, trying to kill some stuff, taking Acids Saliva to the face and retreating. Roach count right now is 22 to 12. Whoa! Wallfacer with a lot of roaches. Getting a nice concave here. There just isn't enough. A spine crawler, a few roaches, and ready to go. A good concave here by DIMAGA with queens for the transfuse 2. Going to fight away from that spine crawler. Exactly what wallfacer wants. DIMAGA wants to get in range of that static defense. And you know what? Static defense says, wallfacer, you're going to die. The queen getting focused down here as well. Roaches taking a lot of damage here. The queen getting out. Does not get an inject off before she dies. The queen at the top of the ramp trying to make this work. Lings coming from the backside for wallfacer, trying to assist here and actually going to make the difference. I think forcing at least the DIMAGA's roaches to attack them instead of attacking the roaches. And it looks like wallfacer has the upper hand here, absolutely. But more roaches popping out. Defender's advantage really benefiting here for DIMAGA, and that's enough to actually chase wallfacer away. It's 18 to 21 total harvesters. DIMAGA doing a great job here. With +1 missile attack already up, wallfacer has his as well. DIMAGA starts his +2 a little bit earlier than wallfacer's. I'm not sure that will make much of a difference here into the mid-game. But either way, both players going to go for this roach battle. I don't see any ravagers on the field at all, which is a little bit surprising. Roach versus roach is good, but ravagers can really help with zoning as that overseer gets taken down. You don't fool us. You do not fool us, say those roaches. Overseer for wallfacer might have had something to do with it. And a contaminate thrown down on the hatchery, which just means no spawn larva here until this contaminate wears off, which can slow down the economy, slow down the macro of DIMAGA just a little bit. We don't see it a whole lot because, look, it doesn't last forever. But the thing is, once it finishes, it has to go ahead and get back on track with that extra larva production. And ready, set, blorp. And there it is, moving back up with that inject larva ability. You can't make anything on a contaminated building either, so that's why this queen was just now started. Could not happen under contamination. 4th base here for DIMAGA. Wallfacer also getting a 4th base. All right, so both players really playing this mirror up right now. 8 minutes into the game, it is 146 to 144 total supply, 61 to 54 harvesters, 93 to 108 army supply. So again, these players very, very even right now, just going for those roach battles with +2 attack. And the first Ravagers on the field. Okay, alrighty then. First Ravagers, wallfacer goes for it. DIMAGA does not have any Ravagers of his own. And again, Corrosive Bile can be used to zone out enemy groups of roaches pretty effectively in this matchup. So I want to say wallfacer has a bit of an advantage depending on how the micro goes. And here they come. But no, excellent concave by DIMAGA coming from all sides there, chasing wallfacer back and back off the creep. He's going to be aggressive. Yes, DIMAGA sending his whole roach squad on in here, assuming he will have +2 attack soon enough. But no, does not want to go into the creep for reasons I don't quite understand. As a small hit squad of roaches does get back here behind this mineral line, trying to kill some workers. Is up to 3 drone kills, which is excellent. But look at this, DIMAGA is maxed out with 17 roaches, Ravagers of his own. Okay, so he is going for Roach Ravager. Absolutely just fine with me. And here we go. DIMAGA possibly trying to go for the final kill here. He has a huge army, but again, wallfacer, Overlord dies, has a fairly large army as well. Army supply is 133 to 149. DIMAGA looking good. Moving on in here, roaches and Ravagers. A huge spread. Corrosive Biles being thrown down on both sides. Good concave here from wallfacer, but I think DIMAGA has more actual units, and his +2 has finished, as well as wallfacer, so nobody really has an upgrade advantage during this battle. From the left side, wallfacer's roaches get a nice push on in here, trying to focus down individual ravagers as well, but there are too many in the middle. I think for DIMAGA, it's 125 to 140 total supply. Reinforcing roaches come on in here for wallfacer, but there are just too many units here for the Ukrainian player, and that's enough to force wallfacer away. More roaches come on down. Corrosive Biles do land on a couple ravagers and kill one of them. Nicely done, but DIMAGA going to try to retreat here. Corrosive Biles covering that retreat, and he does leave, so he doesn't actually end up doing much economic damage or anything. Corrosive Bile finally takes down that Overlord. Maybe another Overlord would be more accurate, but DIMAGA is up 146 to 200 total supply. Wallfacer mining from over here, DIMAGA mining from over here. Income tab shows 61 to 51 harvesters. Wallfacer up on that count, which just means he should be able to get bigger armies out faster than DIMAGA, as long as he keeps up on his injects, which he's not really doing here. How many queens does he actually have? 2. He only has 2 queens for 4 hatcheries, which seems like a problem to me, but you know what? I'm not pro level, so what do I know? Small hit squad of roaches checking for maybe ninja expands. There's not one here. Definitely not one here. Wallfacer did not expand right next to your 4th base. That is definitely not the case here. Ravager roach count 32 and 7, 35 and 14. Dang, DIMAGA looking good here in this match between Ukraine and Finland. Just kind of hanging out. Both players not doing much of anything. +1 carapace about to finish for wallfacer. That should help just a little bit in these roach battles. Oh, DIMAGA has his own hit squad way up here. And yep, wallfacer's is taken down. Guess I shouldn't be surprised to see DIMAGA's hit squad there. That's right by his base. Anyway, another attack here with those ravagers, throwing down those corrosive biles, moving right in. Wallfacer just taking them. More roaches coming from the top side. Oh no, this is not good at all for wallfacer, and forced to retreat again. This is a huge roach discrepancy with the ravagers. +1 carapace. Was that canceled? No, he does have +1 carapace, but I don't know that it really helps. DIMAGA has a huge roach ravager army here, getting a full surround on these roaches and not even bothering to micro anymore. Not looking good at all for our Finnish Zerg player, who is sporting the color blue. Reinforcements from the backside trying to take these guys out, but it's 183 to 107 total supply. Reinforcements are streaming across the map, I have to assume, and indeed they are. Small groups of roaches. Everything dying here, and that's it. A GG from wallfacer. GG from DIMAGA. Wallfacer's defeated, DIMAGA's victorious, and wallfacer has left the game here at the 12-minute and 33-second mark. Alrighty then, pretty good CVZ, I would have to say. The Roach Ravager is always pretty fun to watch with those corrosive biles being thrown into the air, seeing who can dodge and who cannot. Again, that early harassment with the Lings, very well handled by both players. If you're a Zerg player, watch what they did there. Watch how wallfacer went hatch first and held off the pool first aggression from DIMAGA. It's very, very useful to see. The counterattack from wallfacer was handled amazingly by DIMAGA. 3 queens, spine crawlers, some good micro, and wallfacer did nothing in that counter. I'm not sure how much that actually factored into the fact that DIMAGA eventually won, but it was very nice nonetheless. Okay, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.